Things just lined up perfectly for the Bengals. Mike Hilton is still a free agent, but is looking to rejoin the Bengals and add value in this offseason. We're going to discuss what the Bengals will need to do in order to retain Hilton and why he's such a valuable piece in order for the Bengals to be successful in this 2025 season. Welcome to the jungle. This is Isaac Coffman with Bengals Digest. So happy to see you. And if you want to be up to date on all things Bengals, smash that subscribe button. We want to hear from you. We are coming up on training camp and you don't want to miss out on all the news, the notes as they are breaking. Well, Mike Hilton is still a free agent. He has proved to be a valuable piece for the Bengals, contributing in their Super Bowl season and beyond. But currently he is a free agent. There are reports going around of different teams that he is linked to. So the question now comes into, is he going to resign with the Bengals or with another team? And it looks as though the Bengals should at least show some interest there. There is reports of him potentially returning. The report is he's at about $6 million per year. It comes down to are the Bengals willing to see his value? He has shown such value potential in that cornerback room, not just in the locker room, but also in the run game. Something I think he's really undervalued on. It's something the Bengals have at least needed to improve on in the defensive side, is that run game. There were so many games where the run defense just struggled, but he was a bright spot. This is the report that goes along with this article, talking about how he is linked to different teams, including the Bengals. But this is something that really jumps out to me. So talking about Mike Hilton, Matt Holder from the Bleacher Report said, the former Pittsburgh Steeler and Cincinnati Bengal has developed a reputation as a disruptor in the running game. He's racked up 66 career tackles for loss, including 12 in each of the last 2 seasons. On top of that, he's produced solid or better run defense grades from Pro Football Focus for 6 campaigns, topping out at a career high 91.7 in 2024. That is remarkable. He has high marks in the run game. He has been that blitzing cornerback. And arguably, I would say he's, if not the best, one of the best in the league still. At his age, he is 31 years old, so that might be a knock on him. But that 91.7 is what jumps out to me. You've got to have guys like him for depth. They're wanting to rely upon younger guys with Al Golden coming in. I get that. But as much as you want to go on a younger side, I think it's going to be very wise for the Bengals to at least see what he's willing to resign for. Maybe that $6 million is a little more than the Bengals are willing to pay him for his age. I get that. But there's so much value. You can't tell me that they're going to be able to replace that going into 2025 like a seamless transition. There might be someone that can step up. Josh Newton has certainly shown he could be a guy in the slot. That's normally where Mike Hilton lines up. He could be replaced, but I just don't see it. I think Mike Hilton is going to be a guy that can just come back in. He has such good chemistry with the locker room. He has shown that he gets along with really the Zach Taylor scheme, that mindset. And again, how do you replace that value in the run game? You got to stop the run on defense. If this defense is going to improve, it's going to start up front. It's going to start with that run game. And adding a guy like Hilton, it's going to be tremendous value. I think it's going to be something, if they don't bring him back, I'm going to be interested to watch how Josh Newton, maybe they line up Dax Hill there if he comes back from injury. Those could be ways that they offset Hilton's production from 2024. It's just tough to see it, though. I really think Duke Tobin is going to need to pull some strings. They've obviously got their contract issues going on with Trey Hendrickson, trying to fit him into the cap space, but they've got so much cap space. I could potentially see them working something out with Hilton. It could be even an incentive type of deal, because here we are in July. Hilton still has not been signed. I think if there was a lot more interest in Hilton, he would have been signed by now. This is why it is working out perfectly for the Bengals. I was thinking to myself, if they don't sign him soon, he's going to be gone. But it might actually work out in their favor. They might be able to get him on a better contract because there's not as much interest as maybe he originally thought. He wanted to test out the market. He wanted to see what kind of response he was going to get. And he's got a great resume. I mean, that's a guy that I believe any team he goes on, he's going to elevate them, especially in that run game. But you're talking blitz packages. He's just so exciting to watch. I love seeing those different schemes of him coming off of different angles, different sides of the formation. And he's usually the guy that's that disruptor, just like they were bringing out in that article. And if you look at his stats, just looking at it, this is maybe why he has not been signed yet. Nothing really jumps out there other than the tackles for loss. He's had 12 of those last year. Didn't really have any sacks. That's something that he was also known for going back when he was with Pittsburgh and in those first few years with Cincinnati. But this might be something that works out for the Bengals. I don't think he's all about the stats. He's really what he brings that doesn't get all the notice. It doesn't really jump out to you in the stat sheet, but it tremendously adds to the defense. And the Bengals need all the help they can get. Let's just get that out of the way because, again, they were such a struggling defense last year. It was just that eyesore. And that's what every fan is focusing on right now. Get the defense right. So the Bengals, I really think, need to take a flyer on Hilton. As much as he was on the team last year, they need to start getting those offers in because the interest is starting to build. The report in that article was saying the Cowboys could actually be a really good fit. I personally could see him on the Cowboys. I'd rather him be on the Bengals. I'd rather him come back and bring these young guys up to speed. I mean, you got to have a veteran in the room. As much as you have Al Golden, I'm very excited to see what he can do. He works very well with the younger guys. There's so much value here with Hilton. I really believe they need to look into that. But things are lining up perfectly. I could almost see them, maybe they take it a few million down with some incentives. If the Bengals can sign him for $3-4 million per year with maybe incentives that gets him up to that $6 million, if that's what he's seeking, why not? Just go get this guy, get him locked up before training camp so that he can bring all the younger guys up to speed. It might also be he doesn't want to be off of the bench. I can totally get that. Hilton has shown he can be a starter. So I understand that potential, but it's going to come back to, does he want to have that Super Bowl win on his resume? The Bengals are posed to do that. If they can get this defense fixed, the offense can stay healthy, look out. This Bengal team is Super Bowl or bust. It really is. And they can still, in the next few years, do that. But this is going to be the year where they can put it together. They have all the pieces, the potential, if they can just iron out these wrinkles that we're seeing with these contracts, the different pieces that they need to fill in on defense and beyond. So what do you guys think? Should the Bengals bring Hilton back? Do you enjoy seeing him on that defense and blitzing? We want to hear from you. Leave your comments below and any other thoughts on this offseason going into training camp. Again, we are almost 2 weeks away from training camp coming up. And again, if you have not already, smash that subscribe so you'll see when all of our new videos drop. So that's going to do it for now, guys. As we say, hoo-day.